Welcome to another edition of the Gridiron Report. I'm Jared Johnson, and man, what a great victory for the Red Raiders, 43-20 in Manhattan. They exercised a lot of demons, obviously the losing streaks, yada yada blah blah. Bottom line is, talent won out. The players, the Texas Tech players outplayed Kansas State to the tune of 43-20. Ginormous victory for the Red Raiders. They moved to 8-1 overall, 4-1 in the Big 12, set up a massive showdown at home back in Lubbock against BYU. And you know what? It didn't start off very pretty. It really didn't. I mean, Kansas State built a 7-0 lead in the first quarter, but Texas Tech outscored the Wildcats 43-13 over the next three quarters. And look, I'm not going to lie. The first quarter, I was pretty upset about how bad the offense played. But as the game went on, the talent started to win out. It did. Not just the skill position players, but the guys in the trenches. They really started to lean on Kansas State. And Wildcats, look, they had really good coaching. They had really good schemes. But the bottom line is Texas Tech's talent was too much. J-Rod was J-Rod again. 2 forced fumbles, 2 huge plays. John Curry had a massive game. Bryce Pollock had a great game. Caleb Douglas, for all the smack talk we have thrown out there for Texas Tech receivers, he had a really good game. It was also really big that Terrence Carter was back and the fact that they got the ball to Jacoby Williams on the regular. Jacoby finished with 17 carries for 135 yards and a touchdown. He averaged almost 8 yards a carry. Like I said earlier in the week, if Texas Tech wants to accomplish their goals, which the first one, the main one, is to win a Big 12 championship, and then beyond, let's see what happens, then they have to get Jacoby and Cam Dickey the ball. And between those two, they had 2 touchdowns. Now, Cam Dickey didn't have as great of a yards per carry average, of course, just 3.2 yards per carry, but he also set a tone of physicality, and that's something you have to have. So, and getting Barron back was great. 21-32, almost 250 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, and he made it the whole way through the game. So that was great. But Ben Roberts, obviously I already said J-Rod, Bryce Pollock, John Curry, they all had amazing games. Amir Boyd was very good as well. Great games from all those guys. So this game sets up a massive showdown against BYU at home at the Jones. We all know that game days already talked about that they're going to be there, all that. I'm so excited. I don't want to skip too far ahead. I want to focus on this game and what Tech accomplished in this game. But they outgained Kansas State 436-325, according to the stat broadcast provided by Kansas State. They also outgained. This is huge. They outgained Kansas State 187-126, and that's including Avery Johnson's big run. Now, Avery Johnson ended up with almost 200 yards passing and a touchdown, but he had 2 interceptions and a fumble that was recovered by Texas Tech. But he did have 88 yards on 15 carries and 2 touchdowns. So it was like Avery Johnson got his some, but it wasn't enough to overtake what Tech was able to do. It was weird because it was like, it was like Texas Tech's offense could do nothing for a while, and then all of a sudden they could not be stopped, and that was really good to see. Caleb Douglas had 8 catches for 82 yards and 2 touchdowns. Reggie Virgil, 5 catches for 72 yards. And man, how nice was it to have Terrence Carter back? He ended up with 4 catches for 81 yards, including a 38-yard catch and run. And Terrence Carter being back and Jacoby Williams being featured in the offense just makes this team so different. It just does. And, you know, there were a couple of things that went wrong for Texas Tech. There's always adversity, of course. But, man, speaking of having stones, the kicker, Stone Harrington, man, he missed that extra point. He, as RJ3 said on the telecast, he doinked it off the upright. But he made that 53 or 55-yard field goal right at the end of the first half, and that was huge for momentum. So I just want to say, the thrill is alive with Texas Tech football. BYU is going to be a top 10 opponent. It's going to be a huge, massive game. Look, we already know ESPN Game Day is going to be here in Lubbock. Mahomes is probably going to come back and be the guest picker and be there at Texas Tech. Huge. J.D. Vance, the vice president, was supposed to be here. There are some things with politics that forced him away. He needs to get his priorities in order. Of course, I'm just kidding. But Texas Tech has reached the big time again. And you reach the big time by picking up big wins on the road. Picked up a big win at Utah on the road. Now you picked up a big win at Kansas State on the road. You've earned the spotlight. You need to keep it going by beating BYU. If you beat BYU, you have UCF at home, then a bye. Then you go to West Virginia, who, oh, by the way, upset Houston today. That was ginormous. But it's starting to get to where the mathematics are in Texas Tech's favor, which I like, that the math is in Tech's favor. But this was a really nice performance. I mean, to beat Kansas State by more than 3 touchdowns in their own place, that tells me Tech's a pretty dominant team. I want to tip my cap again to the defense. Romello Height had a big sack. David Bailey had a big sack. J-Rod was J-Rod. I mean, he was. 2 forced fumbles. John Curry had a very good game as well. So, on to the next week. And Texas Tech is now 8-1, 4-1 in the Big 12. And all those big, lofty goals are right there for the taking. Right there for the taking. So, I'm very excited. Needless to say, for the team, but also for all you fans out there. And we're going to have tons of content. By the way, Tech picked up a big commitment during the game. A dual threat quarterback, dual sport star in Kavion Bryant, 5-star quarterback. Depends on who you ask, 3-star, 4-star combo guard. I do expect him to play both sports, but what a great day for Red Raider fans out there. I mean, congratulations. Again, I've been trying to tell y'all, these are the glory days. These are the days that you stay loyal to your fan base. And this is the big give back to being that loyal fan. And, man, there is no more loyal fan base out there than Red Raider Nation. So congratulations. Enjoy it. Live it up. Let everybody know about it. All those things. Congratulations. But for now, I want to thank you for watching. And until next time.